All right, divisions. It is Tuesday, September 19th, and this is our special edition Lunch and Learn, where we're just talking about the Promote and Re-Promote Challenge, which means that at each level, we're looking at what is it that you can be maximizing and what is it that you may be missing out on your current career plan, and what can you be gaining by moving on to senior division. Okay, so let's start with, and if you do have a business opportunity brochure handy, that is helpful. So if you do have one, this is a good time to grab it. I should have said that before. But it's right now you're currently divisions. And divisions actually have a lot of nice perks in your career plan that sometimes you may forget to track. So let's just take a look at that for a second. You're getting 45% on your personal sales volume. So let's not kid ourselves that a big chunk of your paycheck is coming from your personal sales. And that's something that you want to keep in mind for the rest of time, because it's only going to go from 45% to potentially 50%. So at no time do you just want to decide, you know what, the majority of my paycheck comes from overrides anyway, so I'm good over here. Like, that is just a bad decision when you're making as much as we are making at these levels. So you're getting 45% commission. And then you're getting, look at your weekly override on your team. You're getting 15% on fashion directors, 8 on branches, and then 3 on areas. And of course, that includes their groups. So when you're doing basic model, let's say you're doing, and I use the same base numbers at each level. Technically, as leaders, I believe that our numbers should be going higher, but for ease of math and consistency through these calls, I said, let's say you were doing 1 show a week that averaged about $700, okay? That's $2,800 in sales. At 45%, you're making $1,260 on those personal sales. And that's only doing $2,800. So many of you consistently do more than that, and many of you want to actually do more than that on the regular. But we're going to just base it on $2,800 in sales for now. So $1,260 in just personal sales commission. And as a reminder, that's a bump up from the $1,120 that you made when you were in area at that level, the $980 you made as a branch, and the $840 you would have made on that as a fashion director. So soup to nuts, you're going from $840 to $1,260. Okay, so you're at $1,260 and your team didn't even sell anything yet. So to get to division, if you promoted to division, so let's say you were assigned here, then the numbers that you should be striving to hit, and if you did promote here, then you did this once, but potentially might not have ever done it again. But presumably what you did is you sold, your team sold 20,000 over a 2-month period, which is why the 1-month way was 10,000. So some of you did the 10,000 way, but either way, you averaged $10,000 over a 2-month period, and you had 4 active branches. Now, that's a lot of money that you make at division at those numbers, because you're making your $1,260 in your personal commission. If 3,600 of those sales came from fashion directors, let's look at that. I didn't actually do that math prior to this call, so we're going to do that part right now. If $3,600 of those sales came from fashion directors, you're getting 15% of that. So times 15%, that's $540. And if 3,600 of it came from, we'll call it branches, because a lot of that is going to come from branches, and for easier math, we're going to call the rest of that coming from branches. 3,600 times 8% that you're getting on your branches, that's another $288. Okay, so 1,260 plus 540 plus 288. That's $2,088 on a month that your team did pretty much the minimum of what you needed to get to branch, to get to division. Okay, so if you did that 2 months in a row, you would have earned over $4,000. Now, sometimes what happens is we get to a level and we did what we had to do to get there, but then we don't continue doing what we needed to do to stay there. And that's where you really start losing out on money, because look at the other bonuses that division offers you. Any month that your team sells $10,000 in your personal volume plus theirs without any area leaders that you have, or $15,000 with area leaders that you have, Park Lane puts an extra $500 on your paycheck. And I'm pretty sure that most of you have gotten that bonus at some point along the way, right? So, and then any month that your team has 10 recruits total between you and the team, that's another $500 bonus. So you stand to get $1,000 worth of bonuses just based on team sales and recruiting. So if you're a division who got there pretty recently, or you haven't been consistently replacing, and the reason why I did, we want to never lose focus on your 45% personal, is because I want you to always remember that your team, whatever your team size is, it may be this big, it may be this big, but no matter what, at all times, 1/3 of the team is new people that are coming in. 1/3 of the team is the people that are kind of in the middle and staying and working. And 1/3 of the people are the ones moving on. They didn't like it, they're not engaged anymore, and they're kind of quitting or leaving or fading out. Now, when you are not personally contributing to the replacement of the 1/3 who's leaving, all of a sudden, that's all you can see, right? Because when all you can see are, you feel like everybody's leaving, my team isn't doing anything, they're not working, it's because the 1/3 that are leaving are not being replaced. And that's the problem. So when you are consistently replacing, and when you're teaching your team how to consistently replace and how to promote to branch over and over again, you're so busy with all these new people, helping them launch, getting them signed up, helping them promote to branch, so doing their people's launches, doing your personal sales for your 4,500. You barely even notice the people who are leaving because you're so busy with the excited people coming in and your consistent workers in the middle. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like once the people, when you aren't having enough people come in, suddenly all you can see is the ones that are leaving. And you want to reverse that entirely. You want to only notice the ones who are coming in and working, because then all of a sudden you're like, I guess that one left. Now, I'm not saying to ignore people and let them go so easily, but when you waste time trying to resurrect the dead, you're missing out on the people that you could be bringing in that are new and excited. So that's why the base route to any successful team is promoting branches. That's where the focus needs to constantly be, because once you hit area, you're not getting anywhere else in the business without promoting branches. And really, that's the way to help everybody really see what Park Lane has to offer. Because when you help someone promote to branch, you're helping them get a 5% raise. That is huge. It's the difference between making $840 on a $2,800 month to making $980 without the graduated override on the team sales. Just in their personal sales, you're helping them go from $840 to $980. Added up over the course of a year, that's many hundreds of dollars. Okay, it's actually over $1,000. So you're helping somebody become part of the leader team and be on invited to Mary Grace's webinars. You're helping them get involved in the Mercedes car plan. What it is you're opening their eyes to the dream, everything that Park Lane has to offer, all by helping them get one new team member. So when you have new people coming in, the focus needs to be, you know, we're going to have you do, I want to help you get $1,000 launch party accomplished. And I want to help you make the fastest possible transition to branch. So who do you know at your that you could invite to your show that you would love to work within the business? The greatest person to bring in as your first person to join you on your team is a friend or family member. Everyone always wishes they could work with their best friend. Wouldn't it be great to see your best friend at work every day? Wouldn't it be great to have your sister or your cousin or your fun neighbor be at work with you all the time? Well, make it happen here. You can't control it when you work at Chase. You know, they have to wait for there's an opening and maybe they get the job, maybe someone else gets the job. Here, she can have the job. They can do shows together, they can go to meetings together, they can do whatever they want. So you want to always boil it down to branch, because once you really start where you're constantly getting the $500 added on bonus for those additional team sales, and when you're constantly, you know, when you're starting to see that 10-person recruiting bonus is hitting your paycheck a lot, now you're ready to set your sights on the $60,000 over 2 months. So 30,000 one month, 30,000 another, or, you know, whatever it is, 50-10, 35-45, I don't know. I'm not good at offhand math. Whatever adds you to 60,000 over a 2-month period, you're jumping to weekly overrides. And that is the main difference between division and senior division, because you're still getting the same, you know, you're still getting your 45%. However, another big difference between division and senior division in your personal sales is that when you have one recruit in a month, you get an extra 5% of your personal sales on that month-end paycheck, which is really the first paycheck of the following month. So that same $2,800, you would get your $1,260 up front, but $2,800 times the extra 5%, you're getting another $140 added onto that week's paycheck.
Michelle, can you go over that again? I'm sorry.
No problem. This is an easy one. When you are a senior division, and so once you hit senior division, any month that you have a personal recruit, Park Lane pays you an extra 5% of your personal sales. So if you had the 20
of your own personal, okay,
yes,
of your own personal sales.
Of your own personal.
So anything you sold the whole month, and that recruit has to be qualified, I'm assuming, then
yep,
you get 5% more on your personal sales, and that's how you hit your 50?
That's how you hit your 50. That's right.
Okay.
Which, you know, you guys are some strong personal sellers. On a basic $2,800 month that I've been using in the same example on all these calls, that's $140. Now, I don't know if that sounds like a lot or a little, but I love any line on my paycheck that adds any digits to it. So to get an extra $140 added to my paycheck on a month that I only sold $2,800, what about a month? Risa, what's your highest personal sales month? Offhand.
I think it was probably like $5,500 or $5,700.
Okay, so $5,700. You got paid 45%. So you made $2,565 on your personal sales. Okay? $2,500, $2,565. Now, $5,700 times the extra 5%, that's an extra $285 that would be added to your paycheck the week that girl hit her 1,000. So if it took place in that month, it'll be on the first paycheck of the next month. If it takes longer because she was a late in the month recruit or whatever, then whenever it happens, you get it. $285, $300. That's a good chunk of money. So that's number one, big difference between division and senior division. Okay, then you get your overrides. there's just the additional line of that as a senior division, you can have divisions under you. You get 3% on them on their team, same as you do with your current areas, okay? Now, here's where you start to really enjoy some nice additions, because senior divisions get weekly overrides based on team sales, okay? So if your team sales, this is without you, okay? If your team sales in 1 week are $2,500 net, you get $100 added to that week's paycheck. If it's $5,000, you get $200 added to the check. $7,500, $300. $10,000 in a week, $400 bonus. $12,500 in a week, you get a $500 bonus. Now, some of those numbers may sound high, but some of them probably sounded nice and low, right? $2,500 in a week. All of you have had plenty of weeks that your team sold that much, right? Some of you have had weeks where your team sold 5, 75, 10, and even 12, because that last week of the month, when you're a big time division, your team does sometimes put in that much. That's an extra 500 or 400 or 300 or 200 or 100 that would have been on your paycheck if you were a senior division. In addition, any month that your overall team sells $15,000, that's with you and the team, that's a $500 bonus getting added to your check. And I know that some of you are hearing these numbers and saying, my team does that now. Right. That's why we need to get you to senior division. And if you're saying, I would like to get there, but I'm pretty far away right now, then that's where a re-promote challenge is for you. Let's focus on you doing the 10,000 and the 4 active branches. And really the best way to do that is to develop the 4 new branches. Each month, if you can do 10,000 and develop 4 new branches, you will be a senior division without batting an eye. And you're going to see all these extra lines on your paycheck. Did you know your paycheck can be 2 pages?
I saw a 6-page one on Mary Grace's thing. I did not know that.
Yeah. I get 2-pagers all the time. So let's make that a goal. I want a 2-page paycheck. Because the more leaders that are on your team, the more lines they have to delineate for what your team sales override is on that. Then your weekly bonus is a line. Your monthly bonus is a line. Your monthly bonus for recruiting is a line. Your Mercedes car plan bonus is another line. Your 5% extra for your personal sales for having a personal recruit is another line. That's how you get to a 2-page paycheck. That's how you get to a 3-page paycheck. So, questions or thoughts to this point?
I just have something that I learned that I did not know to add about the Mercedes car bonus. So for division level, it's 3 recruits from your team, and it is the 10,000 in sales, team sales, including yours per month. But the half of your recruits cannot come from the same branch, if that makes any sense. So like if you have 3, but 2 came from one of your branches and 1 came from you, then you need another one from somewhere else. And I did not realize that, so I'm pointing that out on this call so nobody, everybody knows that, and it's
right.
My fault for not reading into it. But that's important once we're developing people to branch level, that we look at where people are coming from, because it has to be half from, how does it go? Less than half.
Well, Risa, the wording is, and it's the wording that will help you remember it, is because it's the same as really anything else here. No more than 50% can come from any one leg. That's true of really all of our incentives here. So right. I'm glad you brought this up, because like for a TPW weeks, you get a goal. No more than 50% can come from just one person. Anything here, the leadership cash bonus, 50% of your points, no more than 50% can come from any one leg. And that's to make sure that you develop evenly throughout and that you maintain your personal. Because when you need 3 for your Mercedes car plan, that means that really you only need 2 to not have that happen. 2 meaning 2 from your personal recruits, which really means a lot of different people, because you have numerous personal recruits that are fashion directors. So if one of them is a personal recruit of yours, one of them is another personal recruit of yours, you already are automatically not in danger of the 50%.
Right. And it's worked out every month except for 1 month, and we ended up having it that way. And I didn't realize, because we just really never had to worry about it, because we really have had more. We've had 5 some months.
Right.
But I just wanted to bring that out, because if people are like me, they probably are not reading all the little things. So that was very helpful to know.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. And like I said, that's a general rule of all Park Lane promotions. So as a leader, that's something to always keep in mind, is the no more than 50% part. That's true even when you're trying to gather up the sales to promote to the next level. So to promote to senior division, you need 60,000 in sales over the 2 months. No more than 30,000 of that can come from one leg of your team. So if you have one amazing producer, she's not going to be able to count for $37,000 worth of the 60. She can count for only 30,000 of it.
Right.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So what I would like you guys to do before moving on to your next task of the day, or whenever, if you're not in your office right now, is to go onto the downloads, go onto the field interface, go into the downloads, and print out a promotion form. And every one of you have already done this because you've done it on behalf of someone else promoting. But what I want you to do is print one out for yourself. List your team members on there. Maybe not your whole team, because that's a lot, but maybe, the newest people that you want to promote to branch that are going to help you be like, list on your promotion form your 8 branches or areas that you need to be active to help yourself promote to senior division. List on there your brand new team members, because you're going to target them to be the branches too. A new branch needs a new recruit to sell 1,000. That's a way better branch to go for than to just reactivate some half-dead branch at 250 and call it a day. You want to have a new fashion director be one of your 8 branches, because then they have to do their 1,000, and the new team member has to do 1,000. That's going to help you get to your 60,000 a whole lot faster than just reactivating the dead with 250, right? So put yourself on a promotion form, either write promote at the top or re-promote, and then put notes on there as to what you have to do for your re-promotion or your promotion. And then at the end of each month, snapshot it for me, send it to me. Mary Grace and I are doing prizes to people who promote or re-promote, and send us the form showing us what it is that they did in order to do that. And if you choose re-promote that, because promotion is not where you're at yet, that's fine, and that is great. It gives you really specific goals to work towards. And I think that it'll help you tremendously in feeling successful where you are, and then set you up to move to the next level. So thanks, girls, for coming on today. I'm going to post the recording for anybody who either came on late or left early or missed it entirely. And we'll keep working on this so that everybody is making the most money that they can and maximizing everything that Park Lane offers to us.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. I hope it was helpful.
Bye, Becky.
Bye.
Bye, girls.
Bye. Talk to